Good morning, everybody. So yesterday I did a video of my hypothesis on how corn grows, and I realized just how wrong it was. And as I said in that video, it was just a hypothesis. It was nothing researched. It was just something that I observed and I thought I had seen right. And so I've done some little research and I've realized just how wrong I was, or how far from the truth I was. So today I'm going to set the record straight, just in case there are people that actually take my word for truth. So I'm going to start by looking at the anatomy of a corn plant. And first of all, we have the roots, which are underground. We can't see those. Then we have what we call prop roots. So it's these props, these things that look like roots here. And what they do is to anchor the corn plant onto the ground to make sure that it doesn't become unstable during heavy winds. And if you see here, well, we have prop roots, they are called. And then I'll show you one that actually, when they break off, what happens if I have time. So prop roots, we have roots underground, and then we have the stem. And the stem in a corn is called a stalk. So we have the stalk, then we have the leaves, all right? We have the leaves right here, and then we have the actual corn, right? Now, this is the female, which this is called the silk, right? So which becomes the female part of the whole corn. And then right up there, we have the what is called, this is called a tassel, the tassels. And then I'm going to explain the difference between the tassels and the silks. So the silks here are the female part, as I said before, and they are actually called the female inflorescence. I'm sorry if I say it incorrectly to the botanist. It's the female inflorescence, all right? That is the female. They're also called silks for people like me who don't like to say things they don't say properly. Then the tassels, these will become, or rather, these are called the male inflorescence, all right? So this is the male part of the plant, and this is the female part of the plant. And then to pollinate, because corn is wind pollinated, what usually just happens is that the pollen, oh, by the way, apparently, the research that I've done, the little research I've done, apparently each of these silks represents a kernel inside this plant. So if I were able to count these silks, and it would give me the number of kernels that is inside this corn, all right, or this cob, whatever it's called. Then to pollinate, what happens is that the pollen falls, the wind drops the pollen, and it falls onto the silks. Not what I said yesterday. Not this is what I said yesterday that happens. I said I think the pollen drops in there and then it grows. No, actually the pollen falls onto these silks, and then it pollinates the plant. So my small research said what happens is that the pollen, you can break off this thing. I don't have tweezers. And then the pollen comes, and then it falls on to here. If you see, there's one there that was there this morning when I got here. You can't see it now, but apparently it then falls onto here. And obviously this is a natural occurrence via the wind. And if you want to be safe, you can do it on your own, but I wouldn't want to do it. So that is how corn grows. That is how it pollinates. That's the process. Thank you very much. Goodbye.